Hey Cappies, welcome to your April 2019 general reading. This is for those who have Capricorn in their sun, moon, and rising. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so not all messages are going to apply to everyone. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I want to point out that y'all's sea animal and crystal for this month is beautiful. Like, they go together. You have an underwater crystal and an underwater spirit animal, and they just go so swell together. I love it. So for the seahorse spirit, it's all about watching and waiting. This is when, if you are caught up in any type of like drama, or whether you're caught up in drama or there's drama, I don't know. It could either be where you're in the drama or the drama's around you or coming towards you, or if it's like people just keep trying to put you in dramatic situations. This is the time that you're supposed to kind of step back and observe and look at things in a neutral perspective. Not necessarily in somebody else's shoes, but in a sense of where you are open to seeing many different ways of how situations can be handled and solved or dealt with. This is y'all's crystal. I'm not going to pronounce it. I hope y'all can see that. But with this crystal, this is a good one for meditation. A lot of you may be doing meditation. It's about finding your center. So if you feel if you're feeling very out of it, some of you may also be having equilibrium issues, but if you feel, kind of out of it or not on point or off balance or whatever the case, this is a time for you to really get back to your core of yourself and who you are, and being able to stand in that, because once your inside is, the inside of you is all taken care of and healed and good to go, and you're centered with yourself, it'll show on your outside and things that you do in the outside world. I'm going to go ahead and put that there, and this one here, and we're going to get started. So, oh, High Priestess, okay. And we got Six of Swords. Okay, so first off, we're starting with the High Priestess. So this is a very spiritual card. This is being in touch with your spiritual side. It's also things that are hidden that have yet to be revealed. And then you'll have the Six of Swords. So this is stepping away from mentalities that no longer serve you, which go very well with the seahorse spirit, which is kind of hiding. This is not really helping me here. This goes really well with that seahorse, because this is all about being able to see things in different perspectives. And then you have the Six of Swords. So this is like moving away from old thought patterns and ways of thinking. Ooh, and then we got the Eight of Cups. So you're walking away from shit that's emotionally no longer serving you as well. And I've said this in a few videos before, but this month, a lot of the zodiac signs are going through a lot of transformations. So in your own way, you're going through one as well. Ooh, and the Wheel of Fortune. I love it. I love it. I love it. Woo, things are finally changing. Getting out of old emotional patterns, thought patterns, feeling more spiritually connected, and things changing for the better. You know what? We're going to amplify that energy for y'all Capricorns, because Capricorns need it. Five of Pentacles reversed. I love that. Getting over, like, I'll say poverty, but we'll just say lack of financial income. And then we have the Daughter of Swords. Okay, so this could be unpleasant messages, or somebody that just says something that's very to the point. It could be you. We'll get into that in a minute. The Emperor, lack of control or releasing control. And then we have over here, I had two cards, so I went ahead and went with it. We have the Eight of Wands reversed, and then we have the Eight of Swords upright. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. So let's see where I'm going to get started on this. I mean, the top, this is definitely just, moving on to better shit, like point blank. This is finally moving on. And I know Capricorns have gone through some tough shit, and this makes me really happy. So this is being able to just mentally and emotionally get out of anything that no longer is serving you. And once those things drop off, it's like all of a sudden here comes the Wheel of Fortune. Shit finally takes a change for the better. And I love it. And then you also are stepping out of this lack of income or resources situation. Or for any of you who have felt like you have been spiritually disconnected, that's going to be coming to an end. Also, for those who feel like they've been left out of situations, that's going to come to an end. This Daughter of Swords here can also be you expressing to those what it is you think. What it is, and it's not even so much how you feel, it's just what you think. It's having that, being able to verbally express that, or somebody that's doing it to you. And like I said, with that seahorse being there, this is all about not getting too involved in the drama. So if this is somebody coming to you and creating drama, it's funny because you have the Emperor right next to it in reverse. It's almost like just let go. Don't try to control the situation. Don't try to say anything back. Don't take charge. Flow with the energy. Let it go. I also have messages that from the universe that the Capricorns are protected. Capricorns are protected, and things are starting to finally clear up. Ah, I love this for Capricorn. And then you have the Eight of Wands. Okay, so this is like a lack of either communication or lack of movement. And I've noticed here you don't have a lot of action. So everything is like more mental or emotional for y'all through April. And being in that watch and wait, I feel like for y'all, it's just about flowing with the energy. It's kind of like the seahorse just cruising through the water, taking each wave as it comes and just kind of going right through it. Like, okay, don't like this shit, whatever. Whoop, go right through that wave, get to the next one. And it's like, whatever, because the quicker you just go through it and step out of, you know, any type of chaos, it's going to be better for you in the long run. Sorry if y'all hear my cat crying. She's fine, by the way. And then also you have the Ace of Swords. So this is being able to be very clear about something or to someone. This is also thoughts and ideas that you're going to start and come about. So in the career sense, a lot of you may be coming up with things and new ideas, or you have a lot of new ideas about like your life and where you want to go. I feel like for a lot of Capricorns this month, there is going to be, first off, I'm seeing some spring cleaning here. Of course, it's springtime, but I see spring cleaning and also reevaluating possessions and appreciation for what you do have. I see like there's a deep need here to appreciate the things that you have, and this can be physical, this can be this can also be with relationships, and it can also be appreciation of just like Earth itself. I feel like this goes really deep for some Capricorns, like the level of appreciation. It's more than like a thank you for this. It's like a real deep appreciation for where you are, what you've been through, what you have. And I feel like, you know, y'all are going to be in a phase of where you're kind of resting, or you're going to be in a very meditative state for April. It's all about calming yourself. Some of you may be reading books again. I'm also seeing here there's going to be a need for discipline. So y'all have the Emperor in reverse. However, as much as you feel like you're not in control, there's a feeling of when you release that, you can focus on what needs to be done and putting discipline for yourself in order. So some of you might have to discipline yourself on things like with your senses. So anything like, okay, so for with taste, so maybe you have to have more discipline with your diet, or like your intake of food, or like with smoking, or hearing, like things that you're listening to, like is it really good for your mental state? Like everything you listen to, you know, and you take in and it affects you mentally. So whether it be like things that you're watching on TV, movies, you know, I've stopped watching the news because it's just too negative for me. And it's not that I don't mind negativity, because negativity is necessary for positivity, but you know, it's just one of those things that overdrives me, so I just cut that out. But for y'all, you know, it's like anything that has to do with your senses, you're gonna have to have a discipline to it. I think it's, you know, it's gonna help you better. I'm also seeing here an increased sex drive. I feel like this can go both ways. I feel like for some of you, there is going to be an increased sex drive. For some of you, there may be lack of sex drive. But I feel like overall that this is also something else. If you like are highly sexual right now, this might be something also you need discipline over as well. I keep hearing from Spirit, you know, question your actions, question your thoughts, question your beliefs and judgments. So questioning all those things can help you better understand where you're coming from. I hope that makes sense. Some of you also may be having, for the women, there may be some medical stuff with the female organs. Some of you, I feel like some of you will be getting healed. Yeah, and I feel like for the month of April, this is a very good time for y'all to be very zen. I keep getting the word zen, being very zenful. And clean. Zen, clean. Some of you also may be writing out a plan of action, like things that you plan. And this kind of goes in with the discipline as well. Like you may be planning stuff. So like if you have things that you want to do, you may be writing everything out and getting like an agenda, a calendar organization for that. Some of you do have a lot of deep-rooted issues emotionally. I feel like for those who have emotional deep-rooted issues that you are still trying to figure out a course to take in order to solve these. For some of you, it will be, I believe at some point there will be a time that comes where you figure out a way to solve this. For some of you, I feel like it will be verbally expressing yourself. In what manner, I'm not sure. I feel like by May, that will become, I don't want to say resolved, but I feel like by May you will be feeling better about that. And even in April, you are already, I feel like you're even making the decision to move forward from stuff, because I'm seeing that a lot of things that you have struggled with are finally just like kind of coming to a halt or an end, depending on who you are and where Capricorn is in your chart. But overall, I just get this sense of like, you know, letting go of control, release, whatever. You're just going to flow with it and stop taking everything in as a personal thing to you, and just let it, just like, it's almost like one ear out the other. Just let it flow, whatever. Because for you, it's going to be being able to see things in a bigger picture. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I'm starting to get too many messages. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Overall, April's going to be a really good month. Really good month. I love April for Capricorn. There may be some things here and there where you have to work through some stuff. There may be some hard days, but overall, take it easy, rest, meditate, work on appreciation. If you haven't got to that point yet of that deep level of appreciation, work on that, because that'll help a lot. All right, bye Capricorns.